Good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Please take your seat.
Thank
So you are Rangaraj, you are basically Aravind Raju.
you. Yes, sir.
Okay. So kindly tell us about yourself.
My name is Aravind, sir. I am from Bhimavaram, Andhra Pradesh. I have graduated from IIT Kanpur in 2018 and I am currently working as an Assistant Executive Engineer in Roads and Buildings Department of Andhra Pradesh.
Okay.
And I like to watch the football in my free time and play cricket.
Okay. And you have joined in 21 only.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So 18 to 21, what were you doing?
I was preparing for the IAS, sir.
Okay. Civil services.
Actually, I attempted the exam in 2019, but after all the process, the posting was
Okay.
declared in 21.
So in Roads and Building Department of Andhra Pradesh, what have you been engaged with right now?
Mostly we will do the work with the drafting, sir. Sometimes it will be tender evaluations and preparation of the project completion reports and all.
Okay.
Can you please take off your mask?
Okay, sure. sir.
And now you tell us about your West Godavari area. How would you describe West Godavari?
It is a rich agricultural land, sir. The people there are mostly engaged in the agricultural activities or in aquacultural activities. Due to their good aquaculture practices, there will be most of the exports to the surrounding countries from there.
Major infrastructure projects in the country.
Major infrastructure projects. Ken-Betwa River interlinking project is about
Okay,
in
one.
the process, and Polavaram project
Polavaram project
and Central Vista project.
Central Vista. Apart from that,
Sorry, sir.
have you heard of Bharatmala,
Bharatmala.
Sagarmala?
Yes, sir.
Okay. How many national waterways are there in the country?
National waterways. Sorry, sir. I don't.
Any idea on waterways? No.
Yes, sir. There is one waterway in Andhra Pradesh from Kakinada to Pondicherry. That is National Waterway number 4.
Number 4. Okay, right. Okay.
See, this is a column, okay? Suppose we are designing by limit state method. So, in that case, if the neutral axis is outside the section as shown in this figure, can you draw the stress diagram and the strain diagram for this case?
Stress and strain. For an
Okay, fine. What will be the values? What may be the value at top fiber of
0.45 FCKs.
and the strain
0.0035.
0.0035?
No, 0.0035. Minus 0.075 into the strain at the minimum.
A strain at least fiber. Okay. What is maximum percentage of steel that we can provide in column?
6% of the gross area, sir.
6% in all cases?
No, sir. Actually, there is a case, I couldn't recall it, but in that case, we will provide 4%.
4%. In which case? That you. Okay, no problem. What is a special confining reinforcement?
Special confining reinforcement. It is a helical reinforcement provided in the column, which will provide the extra consolidation effect that will result to increase in 5% of the load carrying capacity of the column compared to the normal reinforcing.
No, it is not helical reinforcement. Spatial confining reinforcement is something else.
I don't know.
You don't know. Suppose you are doing ductile detailing in a RCC structure. In a beam, how we provide the shear reinforcement?
Okay. At the column and beam interconnection, up to a distance of d, we will provide the spacing up to d by 4, sir. And in the middle, and we will provide d by 2. And in the rest of the middle portion, we will limit it to d by 4.
Where you will provide d by 2 and where it d by 4? Clarify again.
In the
Near joint, how much?
near joint, we will provide d by 2, sir. And in the middle portion, we will provide d by 4.
So you will keep the spacing more near the junction.
Sorry. Since the shear will be maximum in the middle portion, we will provide d by 4 there, and we will provide d by 2 near the support of the column and beam.
Again उल्टा बोल रहा है. Shear force middle में थोड़ी maximum होता है. The shear force will not be maximum in middle. Okay. If we design a water tank, then how much maximum percentage of steel we consider?
Depends upon the depth of the water tank we will provide.
How much?
I couldn't recall.
You cannot recall. Okay. What basic assumption we consider when we design a water tank?
While designing for the concrete, we will consider that the overall the section is uncracked, and while designing for the steel reinforcement, we will consider that there will be no concrete involvement in the tension.
Okay, fine. Any other assumption that are as per Indian National Code?
Its strain is linear, sir. We will do, since we design in the working stress method, strain is linear and stress is linear.
Okay, fine. ठीक है, it's okay.
All right, Aravind.
Sir.
So tell me, what is the difference between compaction and consolidation?
Compaction is done for the partially saturated or dry soils in which the escape of the air will take place. That is relatively instantaneous compaction. While in consolidation, it is the expulsion of the pore water from the clay soils over a constant long-term loading.
Okay, suppose we have an earthen dam and we need to cater the problem of seepage. So how to do it?
We will adopt a protection layer outside the cover surface area, sir, and we will design the core such that the permeability would be minimum. Mostly we'll use the clay wet off optimum side, so that permeability will be less relatively. If we have the funds and all, we will cover the outside layer of the earthen embankments.
And how can we increase the exit hydraulic gradient?
Increase the exit hydraulic gradient. We will provide a filter kind of material which attracts the water path in its direction. In that way, we can increase the length of the path traveled by the water. So, since the head is constant and the length traveled by the water is more.
So the gradient will increase or decrease?
That will decrease the gradient.
Yes. Okay, nothing regarding the sheet pile? We can't use that?
Sheet pile, yes, sir. Since for the embankment, since the seepage flow takes place through the embankment, the sheet pile.
What is CU test and why it is performed?
CU test stands for the consolidated and unconsolidated underend tester. It is mostly performed for the embankments which are subjected to sudden change in the loadings due to the decrease of the water level.
And what type of soil it is performed on?
It is performed on the normally consolidated soils
You
and
mean to say clay?
normally consolidated clays.
Okay, not on sand. How much time it will take if you perform it on the clay soil?
It is performed in the two stages, sir. First, there will be.
How much time just? How much time it will take for the clay soils?
I may not know, sir. Can I take a guess?
No, you can guess it.
Sorry, I don't know.
Okay. What do you mean by limit state of serviceability?
Limit state of serviceability. That is the failure of the structure due to the uh, excessive bending,
Excessive bending.
deflection,
Okay.
uh, and cracks, and due to less fire resistance.
Okay. So if I say we have a fatigue cracks due to fatigue, will it be considered under limit state of serviceability or limit state of collapse?
If the structure fails below a permissible gap width, then it will be considered as the limit state of collapse. If the structure failed after the permissible gap width, then it will be considered as the failure in the serviceability, sir.
Again, opposite answers. He knows things but आप opposite बोलते हैं. Okay, last question. What do you mean by ductile detailing?
That is the reinforcement provided for the earthquake structures to absorb the energy, which will be as per the code IS 13920.
That's
Aravind, you were posted in this department in February 2021,
Yes, sir.
almost 1 year.
Yes, sir.
Now, you are still temporary or your probation has been completed?
The provision will go on for 2 years, sir,
For
since
2
the
years.
joining.
All right, and right now you are posted at Vijayawada.
Yes, sir.
Can you tell us exactly your job profile?
It includes drafting of the requirements from the government to my higher officials and their decisions to the government and the circle offices. And we have to collect the data from the field and circle offices as per the requirements of the government orders and all. And sometimes tender evaluation.
Regarding which projects?
Regarding the, I am currently enrolled in the rural roads wing, sir.
Rural road.
Yes, sir. Which will include ODR roads. So, and I am pertained to 2 districts. So, in the 2 districts, for the construction of the rural roads, I have to evaluate this.
So, do you look after Pradhan Mantri Gram Sadak Yojana also, implementation of PM?
Actually, I have given the charge 2 months back, sir. It is not PMGSA, but it is for PMGSA will be done by Panchayat Raj department, but I have been given into the RCPLWA, sir.
Now, can you tell the major technical differences between a national highway and an expressway? Technical difference, not the general one.
Okay. The design speed of the expressway is 120 kilometers per hour, sir, and the design speed of the highways is around 190 kilometers per hour, sir.
100 to 9.
No, 190, sir.
190. All right. Other than that, material being used?
Material, I don't know exactly specifications, sir, but the material in expressway is superior to the material in
That's very obvious, but technicalities, if we can go through.
technicalities. Expressways, there is an entry controlled section. The vehicles will enter and exit at the controlled sections, but in national highways, sometimes there will be
Entry and
uncontrolled.
exit are not controlled. Nothing about technical details of material.
No, sir, I have no idea.
All right, you were telling something about hydraulic gradient. Can you tell us what exactly is critical hydraulic gradient? For a given soil, will it have a fixed value or can it differ?
It can differ, sir, as per the void ratio. Critical hydraulic gradient is a function of the specific capacity of the soil and porosity of the soil. If we change the void ratio of the soil, since the porosity changes, the critical hydraulic gradient will differ.
So if we increase porosity, the value of critical hydraulic gradient, will it increase or will it
Decreases, sir. Decreases.
decreases?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And about specific gravity, if we increase the specific gravity, then critical
It
height
will increase, sir.
it will increase. All right. Now, regarding the project, interlinking project, which had been performed in your state, Krishna Godavari link, it is a lift irrigation project.
Sir, I don't know about it.
You don't know about it. Got it. But not from us.
Okay. You are passed out from IIT Kanpur. Yes. Okay. So can you tell us activities under Ganga Mission in Kanpur?
I have no idea.
Okay. Right. So tell us, what is the prospect of civil engineering in this country?
As we all know that, sir, in budget they have introduced the PM Gati Shakti Yojana, which is run mainly on the construction of roadways, waterways, ports, airports, logistic infrastructure.
So how will you give the gati to it? How will you give speed to it?
Since all these aspects involve the aim of the PM Gati Shakti is for the providing world-class infrastructure to the Indian citizens throughout the country. So a role of civil
So
engineer,
have you heard of infrastructure pipeline?
national infrastructure, no sir.
No. Okay. Have you heard of any monetization plan of India? Monetization, not demonetization.
Monetization, no sir.
No. Okay.
I heard about the digital rupee. I don't know whether it comes under monetization.
What
or
is
not.
the float in a project?
Float? It is the delaying of the activity without delaying the overall project within the project duration, sir.
What does it mean? Delaying the project activity without delaying the project. Okay. I think we'll close your interview, right? So we give feedback just now, or we'll call you. We'll call you after a minute. Okay. We'll call
Thank you very much.
Okay. Right. Thank you. Now please take your seat. Yeah. Yeah. So Aravind, I think you are from IIT background.
Yes.
Okay. IIT Kanpur has high repute, so the expectation would be high from you. Okay. So on the basic issue, if you falter, then they will not take kindly. Okay. Like say, if you have studied in Kanpur, then what has happened in Ganga Mission, you should know in Kanpur, right? How many rivers are there? How many outage points are there? Okay, outfalls are there. Then how many big treatments have happened? Okay, sewage treatment, STPs have happened. Details about it. So those things, general awareness about Godavari, major projects in Andhra, what are the details of Andhra? He asked about that project in Telangana. Telangana, one big project is coming. So that these things are very important. Your general hair and shirt, that day you go with
Yes,
a
sir.
bit of cream, bit of set.
थोड़ा कटवा
It is
लीजिए
slightly okay. So as if you have just woken and walked for the interview. Okay, so that kind of. So give a better display of yourself.
Okay.
Your posture also, when you are being asked, then sometimes you are stooping ahead. Okay. Answer you are unsure. You, when specific questions are asked, you try to go around if you are not knowing. So it's better to tell, like you have said once or twice, that I don't know, sir. I'm not able to recall, or I'm not readily. Okay. I can answer. I can't answer. So you try to improve on this. Okay.
See, most of the time you seems to be confused, and you are answering in a wrong way. उल्टा बता रहा है सब कुछ, right? So that means you are not applying your mind to the answer, and you are just saying anything. तो ये this shows a very casual approach. और वो आपके हेयर स्टाइल और आपका शर्ट का और ये जो ओवरऑल लुक है ना, वो एक कैजुअल अप्रोच दे रहा है. तो if you can change it, then it will be
definitely
okay
keep it in
for the
mind.
interview, right? Get your hair cut
Okay.
and properly comb, right? And think a minute before answering.
Okay.
Otherwise, it may become worse. You know the things that I found. कि you know the things, but you are making mistakes.
Yes, Aravind, that's what I felt. Two things would be expected out of you as you're from the IT background, very sound technical knowledge. And as you are currently in your job, that means your work profile should be totally understood to you, that what you are doing over there, what things you deal with. Okay? Your presentation is good, the way you speak, you have a calmness, okay, that is all correct. But what I feel is anyone over there can easily, make you confused about any concept. And there you will collapse. So be sound with your technical domain. At least 3 or 4 subjects, you should be technically really very sound. Okay, rest I will tell you about that, your job profile.
Clean shape, you have to be clean shape.
Okay.
Okay. And if you are closing your button, top button, better you wear a tie.
Okay.
Okay. And then appearance, everything had been told to you. Regarding your job profile, prepare in detail the technical details, whatever you are looking after, not the general thing about filing and all, that's good. But then the technical details, technical aspect, you should be aware regarding your project, whatever you are looking after. Okay. And then after that, the current awareness, as sir had told, with respect to your native place as well as with respect to the Kanpur. Okay. All those things have to be very thoroughly prepared. Questions will definitely be asked from that side.
Okay.
That's all.
About your department, what are the norms for criteria for PMGSY? Okay, and then what has been the progress so far? You should be thorough. Okay, right. Okay, take care. Okay.
So
Thank
I
you
guess
for
we
your
have to see the marks right away, I guess.
Oh, right.
Start
Okay.
with the marks.
So right now we are giving you charitably 105. So 5 is for encouraging you so that you reach at least 130, 135. Okay,
You
work
can get
hard
there
next
if
3,
you can
4
work
days.
on these things.
3, 4 days you work on that. You
Definitely.
have only 3, 4 days left.
Remember all your suggestions.
Yeah. Okay.
Thank you.
Take care. Take care.
All right, all the best.